Hello. The game is EverQuest. No, not EverQuest. Final Fantasy 14. No, it's just a channel update. I don't have a gaming video out per se. I am just in Final Fantasy 14 right now, but I just wanted to give a channel update is the point of this video. It's been a while since I've updated or put a video out on my channel. So I just want to let you guys know I'm still around. COVID hasn't gotten me. It's just, been busy. So when I put out my 7 Days to Die Darkness Falls video, it's like 6 hours long. It's a huge project that I was working on. Finally got that out, but towards the end of that, I was rushing to get it out, and it's not as perfect as I wanted it to be. There's a lot of flaws in it, a lot of things I missed, and that's because I was rushing to get it out. Like it was turned into such a huge project, and the Everquest TLPs were coming up, and I wanted to play them. So that's what I did. I played Everquest for a little bit. This is the new mount, by the way, in Final Fantasy 14. You can get it very easy doing an event. You can get it in like 30 minutes, maybe. It's not a big deal. I think you just have to be like level 30. It makes that little cute little snowflake. Anyway, yeah, so, I made that video, played EverQuest, and, EverQuest, I don't really have a lot of, I really don't have anything to add, right? So, I was going to do, like, a new player guide, but then, I ran out of time to even start that before the servers came up, so I just played it. I didn't make any videos. Maybe I'll do an EverQuest, like, how to get started on the TLPs kind of guide before the next TLP next year. They usually release 1 or 2 a year. Anyway, so yeah, I was playing EverQuest, raiding. That takes a lot of time. The way I like to play that game, you have to commit chunks of time. 3 hours at least, I'd say. If you're going to sit down and play, clear your calendar for 3 hours, if not 6 or 8, depending on how much time you have. So, was playing that, and then my work schedule changed and got more hectic. So I wasn't even able to play that anymore. So yet alone have time to make videos and play that game, and then my work schedule changed to the point where I just didn't even want to play the game anymore because I didn't have the time to commit to it like I would want to. So at that point, everybody was shooting over to Final Fantasy 14. Asmongold had made it popular. He went over to it and brought a lot of people from WoW over to it, and a lot of other streamers followed suit. So for the last few months, there's been this push to come over to Final Fantasy 14. Now, I've played Final Fantasy 14 back in, I pre-ordered it and played it I think it's 2012, 2013. But I only played it for about 3 months and I quit because the way the game was back then, I didn't enjoy the gameplay loop. I liked the combat, I liked the game, I liked the pace of it, I liked the difficulty of it, but I did not enjoy running and just fate grinding is what they did back then. I'm not going to explain what fates are if you're new to Final Fantasy, but basically you just run back and forth through the zone, and this event pops up, and it was so many people, there would be like 60 people, and it would just smash the event within like 10 seconds. It was actually hard to even get a hit so you could get credit towards the fate. That was the struggle. Get there first so you could get credit before it was over. So I really did not like that gameplay loop, and it's completely changed since then, so I'm glad of that. Chase this guy down on his little motorcycle mount. Yes, I'm glad the changes that they made were nice. Flying mounts. There's a lot of, it feels smoother now, less clunky. It feels more like an action MMO almost. It's still tab target and everything, but it's very smooth, very reactive. So your jumps, your controls, jumping into combat feels very good now. So they made a lot of positive quality of life changes to it. But anyway, this isn't a Final Fantasy video. Point is, I wanted to try it out again. I always have wanted to, and then with me leaving EQ, not having time for that, I knew this was a game you could jump into for an hour. If you only had an hour, you could jump into it for an hour and do a duty or two, or do some faction quests, or do some fates, or just level up a little bit. This was the kind of game that you could do that, more of a WoW type game where you could just jump in for an hour or two and you know, whatever time you have that you can commit to it, it's fine. So I figured with everybody coming over here, with Asmongold making it very popular, be a perfect time to jump on that boat, and because there's going to be, you know, there's going to be people to play with, and that's what's important to me. I want a nice populated game. I want to play with people. You know, it's one of the reasons why I jump on Everquest TLPs, because that's the only time, in my opinion, that the servers are extremely populated. Those new TLPs are packed with new people coming in for the first 6 months to a year. It's populated, and then population starts to die off as people, you know, like myself, go, all right, I'm done with it now. For now, I'll come back next year. So I figured the same thing for Final Fantasy 14. I jumped in. There's people to play with. It's so live and bustling. There's new sprouts all around. Like, new players have an indication of a sprout next to their name, you know, designating that they're new players, so people know, like, hey, this is an inexperienced player, so go easy on them, kind of thing, or help them or whatever, which is a good system. I also, you know, like the fact that this is a Japanese-based company. I like their culture and their moralities, I guess you could say, are more in tune with mine. So, you know, I don't mind my money going there and supporting them. That's also a big concern of mine, without getting too political. Where my money does go is important to me, you know. How my government spends my tax money and where I put my money is a concern of mine. Because where I put my money is, you know, what I support. So I do like that as a Japanese-based game. I do not mind supporting that with my money. You know, I feel morally satisfied with that choice. So, you know, it's a perfect time for me to just jump back into the game and try it out, and it's been pretty good. It's been working out well with my new busy, hectic work schedule. I'm able to progress and have fun and learn all the new things about it, and it's been a pretty good experience. I think I'm going to continue with it. I've already pre-ordered the next expansion. So, you know, I'm probably going to be in this for a little bit. The downside of that is I don't feel like, excuse me, I don't feel like I can add a lot to what's already out there. There's a lot of great content creators that have been creating content for Final Fantasy for years. You know, so for me to jump in and try to make some guides and things like that, I don't see the value add there. Yeah, sure, I could do it to suck up some views and get some subscribers, but that's not what I try to do with my channel. You know, I want my channel to grow, but you know, if it does, it does. If it doesn't, you know, whatever. You know, I'm doing it because I want to bring value. And if I feel like I'm not bringing value that other people have, or insight that might not be out there, then I don't want to do the video, I guess. So, I mean, the one video I might do is just like my experience as a new player for this game. I might do that because I do feel like I can bring a unique perspective. So that might come out at some point. I'm almost done a Realm Reborn. I'm like level 70 and almost done a Realm Reborn, which is like level 50 content. And I'm really just kind of, that's why I've just been pushing through it. I haven't really done anything else. I just pushed through Realm Reborn because I wanted, the classes I want to play are locked behind that. So, you know, I want to try out some other classes. So I've just been focused on one class, get it up, do the main story quest, and then I'm going to switch soon, so and try out some other classes. But I might do a video just of my experience, some tips like, hey, as a new player, here's what you might want to watch out for, or here's what I kind of wish I would have known when I was going in that was difficult to find out, kind of thing. I think I could bring some value there into the video, because, you know, when I go looking for that information, it's kind of hard to find and obscure, so I think I might have that unique perspective. I might be doing other videos because, you know, while I do plan on playing this game, hopefully for a while, I do play other games. I tried to get my son into this game with me, and he doesn't like it. It's not that he doesn't like the game, he just doesn't like any game that is grindy. He's not an MMO player. He wants to get in and just have some fun. He wants to role play. He doesn't want to have to be forced to, you know, do quests and kill monsters. He doesn't want to he doesn't want to be forced along any kind of roller coaster cart tracks or whatever you want to call it. You know, anything that's even remotely theme park, he's just like, nah. So with that said, he does pull me in other games. Like right now we've been playing Minecraft is the game that we've been playing, which, you know, I don't need to make videos about Minecraft. There's tons of videos out there. But, you know, we do want to play Astroneer again and play the new content, so that might happen at some point. Make some videos about Astroneer again. Always enjoy that game. I'm always down for some 7 Days to Die, so, you know, might take a break, do some of that. But I don't know. So there'll probably be videos coming out. Maybe a couple Final Fantasy 14, maybe some other. I do believe my channel will probably slow down a little bit just because of my work schedule until that frees up a little bit more. And just because, you know, there's not a lot of content that I feel like I could create that's not already created for this game. I love this minion, by the way. I love the old Final Fantasy characters. Man, that's a video. I would like it, though. I would love to just play through Final Fantasy 1 and Final Fantasy 3 again and just kind of stream that as I'm playing through it, maybe. But anyway, you know, long, rambly video. That's what's going on with me. I just wanted to put this out here for my subscribers. Like, that's where my channel's at. This is where I'm at, you know. And that's why I haven't put a video out for a while, because I've been playing Everquest, and I moved over to Final Fantasy, and my work schedule has, my workload has increased. So that's kind of what I'm doing, but I'm still around. I'll still be popping off videos here and there. And who knows what the future will bring. And I'll see you all in the next video. Oh, I tried to wave. See if I can do it. No, didn't hit the chat button. I think because I got the UI turned off, it's not even gonna let me.